Okay. I had to make sure that I was on. With that being said, let's get it.
While he is also to be facing prison justice. New court materials include body camera footage, surveillance video, 911 calls, crime scene photos, and images of the knife and bloody clothing. The evidence was released after Anthony was convicted in the killing of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf at a high school track meet in Texas. In one body camera clip, Anthony can reportedly be heard telling officers, "I did it." He also said, "He put his hands on me," as he appeared emotional while being detained. The comments have become a major part of the public discussion because they show both his admission and his claim that the fight started with physical contact. Reports say the stabbing happened after a confrontation under a team tent. Anthony's lawyers argued that he acted in self-defense. Prosecutors said the force used was not justified, and the jury rejected the self-defense claim. Anthony was found guilty of first-degree murder and sentenced to 35 years in prison. His family and legal team have said they plan to appeal. At the same time, separate online claims say Anthony filed a complaint about alleged sexual harassment behind bars.
That looks like, uh-oh, sexual harassment behind bars already? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So, let me start by saying this. I have the video, and you know what? Let's go straight to the video. We're going to go straight to the video of Karmelo Anthony right here, and then we'll just get to it. We're going to go straight to the video of Karmelo Anthony right here, and then we'll just get to it. So, because I don't even want to be on here for too long. Okay, right here, I'm going to put this video on full screen, and we're going to look at the actual video that is in question, and I'm going to speak on it right here. Okay. And I'm going to play it over and over again. So right there, you see the altercation, right? This is the clearest video you're probably going to see. The thing I want you guys to pay attention to is this fight lasted for literally 4 seconds. 4 seconds. So for all the people that are saying the boy feared for his life, for all the people saying that he was jumped, for all the people saying that he was on the ground and the boy fell on top of him and maybe he had a knife like this and then the boy fell on top of him and he was like this, some old crazy shit. No. It was this and it was this. It was this from the other boy.
Notice how Mr. Let Go never mentioned that Carmelo was surrounded. Notice Mr. Let Go has not mentioned not one time on how Carmelo was surrounded. Pay attention. Pay attention to the bullshit narrative that Mr. Let Go is about to put out.
Right? And then it was this. And then it was, let's get up out of here. And that is literally it. So everybody drop your city in the chat, let me know where you at. Drop your city in the chat, let me know where you at. And I'm not here to make fun of Karmelo Anthony. I'm not here to make fun of this situation. When I make content, no matter what it is usually for the advocation of young people. Okay?
If you say so.
When I talk about the Charlie Kirk situation, I'm literally talking about the advocation for young people. Why? How am I?
No. When you talked about Charlie Kirk, you was kissing his ass, which is cool nigga behavior. But I digress.
Advocating for young people, talking about Charlie Kirk, because this chick that he messed around and married may have something to do with him dying, and then now she done took over Turning Point USA, and what is she doing? She's putting out chapters, and she's indoctrinating young people. So, or there's a side of this that has something to do with her allegiance to all of these PDF file dudes that are in these churches. So even the Charlie Kirk situation is about me advocating for young people. So in this particular situation, I'm advocating for the boy that died. There's a boy that lost his life. For those who don't know, I'm gonna tell you the story.
But what about Carmelo? If you're saying you're advocating for young people, why you only advocating for the white boy? Huh? If you say you're advocating for young people, why are you only advocating for the white boy but not the black one?
Quick. Um, there were two boys in this situation. They were both in sports. And one boy went up under a tent that was at another school. You know, the school tent. So, you know how you got a school and they got a school?
And me personally, I'm not going to advocate for Austin Metcalf anyway because the evidence proves that Austin Metcalf was the aggressor. It's unfortunate what happened to him, but unfortunately, Austin was the aggressor. And let's get something straight too, Mister Let Go. You don't want to make it sound like it was a one-on-one. You can plainly see, clear as day, in the video that Carmelo was surrounded. Why are you not saying that? Because you're lying.
He went to the other school's tent and hung out under there. And they lied and turned around and said, well, it was pouring down, raining outside, and he needed.
It was rain, you goofy son of a bitch. It was raining. You double-headed motherfucker.
Somewhere to shield himself from the rain. Like rain is gonna kill a 17-year-old boy or something. Like it's stupid.
Nigga, you don't shut your bitch ass up. If I could come through the screen and pimp slap your ass, I would. Cause you're a pussyfied little bitch.
So next thing you know, he goes up under the other tent that was from the other school. And just like any other school would, they'd be like, hey.
Again, you're leaving stuff out. You're leaving out that he was supposedly invited by Eddie, who, mind you, Eddie was supposed to be his friend, but in disguise, Eddie really was the Judas of the group. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Why you leaving that out, huh, Mr. Let Go? Once again, leaving shit out.
You're not from this school. Get out of here. And simply because the boy didn't want to leave, simply because the boy didn't want to look bad, he didn't want to be in bad.
Look here, fool. The boy's got a name. His name is Carmelo. Use his fucking name, dipshit.
He didn't want to get punked out. He decided to say, I ain't going nowhere. And if you touch me, I'm going to do something to you. Or, because I don't want to misconstrue what he said.
That's not what happened. What happened was he was just trying to mind his business, and Austin Metcalf start fucking with him. That's what happened. Now, did it go too far? Yes, it did. I'll admit it went too far. But again, Austin Metcalf was the one fucking with him. And why you always gotta lie? You lying bastard.
And I believe the boy specifically said, touch me and see what happens. And he has his hand in his bag like this. And then the boy went like this, just like I showed you in the video. And then he went like this. All right? So
See, this is the thing that pissed me off with this case. Is all these MFers want to sit here and put out their own narrative instead of the truth. I'm like this here. Your narrative don't mean shit. If you're gonna talk about this story, put out the fucking truth. If you're not gonna put out the truth, just sit down and shut the fuck up.
And then now everybody's painting this young boy out to be a victim, which is disgusting because somebody lost it.
Wait, so you saying Austin Metcalf's the victim? Is that what you're saying? In which Austin Metcalf is a victim of being stabbed, but Austin Metcalf brought that on himself by being an antagonist.
A child. So I'm advocating for the person that died, not the person that stabbed the damn person, which is stupid to me.
And this is why I do not fuck with bitch ass niggas like you. Cause the simple fact that you cannot tell the truth makes you a shit ass person. Fuck you.
Alright, so let's go back to the video. So right here, June, he's gone already. 4 seconds. 4 seconds. That's it.
You're not gonna talk about how he was surrounded. And how he basically had to basically look for his way out. You made it sound like that he stabbed him and just went right by him, which is not what happened. He basically had to wriggle his way out to get away.
And everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. So I'm making it closer and closer and closer, and then I'm going to slow it down. You see how fast his head pops out? So watch this right here. Push, stab. That's literally what it was.
Why you not gonna tell your audience that he was surrounded? Again, you're lying to your audience.
Push this way, and then the stabbing this way, and then another back and forth. And that was it. Then it runs off. Alright? So one more time for anybody just coming in here. Because I want everybody to be able to see this in slow motion, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So that's the first shot. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, and his head pops back. Somebody said play it back one more time. I'm playing the whole thing. It's playing back over and over again. I'm trying to show everybody the actual clear footage. This is the clearest footage that you can find. I'm playing it over and over. I'm not even doing nothing. It's playing. Because I knew y'all was going to be like, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. So I'm playing it over and over again so y'all can see it. And then we're going to move on. But I just want everybody to be able to see it. Just invited us to the debut of its new family of V8 powered muscle trucks, and boy howdy, we weren't disappointed, especially with this. Welcome to Car and Driver. I'm Eric Stafford, and this is the new 2027 Ram 1500 Rumblebee SRT. It's the patriarch of Ram's new family of V8 powered muscle trucks, and I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about them. This is the base level Rumblebee. It features the 5.7 liter Hemi V8.
Sorry about it.
But I just want everybody to be able to see it. So count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Head pops out. So within 5 seconds, the boy is in fear of his life. And I want to say this.
Once again, you idiot. You can't determine how someone was in fear of their life. There was evidence that he was surrounded. Okay? Why have you not said that he was surrounded? Why are you leaving that part out? Again, you are purposely lying to your audience.
Because a lot of people are like, oh my God, Mr. Let Go, you don't seem to care about young people. No, you don't seem to care about young people. Because a young person died. A young person is dead. A young person is in the grave. So some of you don't care about white young people. See, I care about young people, regardless of whether they're white, whether they're Chinese, whether they're black, whether they're purple.
What about Carmelo? You say you care about young people. Why you only caring about one and not caring about the other one? You see, you're a hypocrite to your message.
I advocate for young people. But just because the person that died is white, some of you don't seem to give a shit. And I think that is disgusting. All right? So I want to say this. I'm just going to play it while I'm going to play this while I'm talking so y'all can still watch it. Excuse me. Okay. A friend of mine said for me to leave this story alone because he knows that I was going to be an asshole about this situation.
You being an asshole is an insult to assholes. You're actually more of a dickhead, but who cares?
And I'm like, what? He said, no, I know you're going to go on the deep end. You're going to say this, you're going to say that, right? And he said, I know you're going to be an asshole about the situation. Well, here's the problem. Because all of the talk about this on social media was everyone crying about Karmelo Anthony being a victim of another person, even though he murdered somebody. I think it's important for somebody with some balls, with a dick, to come out here and say, hey, you don't do this, and Karmelo Anthony was not a victim.
Explain to me how the fuck Carmelo Anthony was not no damn victim. I'm gonna need you to explain that bullshit. Cause right now you're talking out your asshole.
Say I agree or disagree in the chat. Let me know. Do you think it's important for somebody with some balls to come out here?
No, personally, I think you need to shut the fuck up. That's what I think. Just shut the fuck up.
And say Carmelo Anthony is wrong for what he did and ignore the fact that he's black, ignore the fact that other boy is white, and ignore race altogether and literally say, hey, to the other young boys out here watching, this is wrong. You can't stab somebody because they pushed you.
Even though race was supposed to be out of it, people like you, Legacy Media, Megan Kelly, Antoine Daniels, Brandon Tatum did put race into it. So with all that being said, Mr. Let Go, kiss my black motherfucking ass.
Learn how to fight. Learn how to take a punch. Learn how to take a shove.
He just being a dickhead about this right now. You dickheaded motherfucker.
How dare you shove me? Like, what? See, I don't want your sons to be gay. And when I say gay, I don't mean having.
He is taking this conversation into a place it really has no damn business. I don't agree with Carmelo using the weapon. That's probably the only thing I agree with. But all this other stuff you talking about, I do not agree with none of this bullshit that you talking about.
Sex with other men. I mean, how Candace uses it, fake and gay. Okay? So I am here as a grown man who was a young boy that was Carmelo Anthony's size, and I'm here to let you know that I don't want you to be gay, or I don't want your sons to be gay and do some gay ass shit like this. Because guess what? If he isn't gay now, he's definitely about to be gay when he goes to prison. And I mean having sex with men gay. Because they're going to take his ass. Then another dude's going to take his ass. So here's what's crazy. To all the young people, because I had to let my friend know, like, bro, the reason why this whole situation is absolutely stupid, because you know everybody's online saying, oh my God, he was fearing for his life, so this was a survival tactic. Okay, let's just think about survival. Somebody's about to beat you up, right? Bow, bow, bow. You about to get punched in the face, okay? Literally, you about to get punched in the face, say by 3 dudes, not one. Say by 3 dudes, right? And yeah, Karmelo Anthony is probably, he'll be gay probably in another, because he's probably in solid,
Why you keep talking about he gonna be gay, he gonna be gay, he gonna be gay? What the dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? Do you got mental illness or something? The fuck is wrong with you?
he's away from everybody now. So he's not in general population right now. So he's probably going to be gay probably in about 3 months. Okay? Because right now he's separated. All right? I forgot what it's called when you're separated from everybody else. I forgot the name of it. So he's not gay yet. Okay? So he's about to be gay. He's not gay yet. So for your sons, to keep your sons from being gay, don't act gay in the beginning. And I'm using 2 words. Gay as in a punk, as in like not wanting to fight, acting like a victim, acting like a sissy, victimizing yourself. And then the real gay, when you go to prison, is when you get poked in the ass. So you don't poke somebody in the chest just to get poked in the ass in prison. So if you, as a 17-year-old boy, 15-year-old boy, and ladies, if you have sons, bring his ass over and watch this show. Okay? Put a 1 in the chat if you have a son, regardless of age. Put a 1 in the chat if you have a son.
To be honest, young man, this is the last person you need to watch. I'm just saying.
Put a 1 in the chat if you have a son. See, I am here to keep your son from being gay in both ways. Okay? So this little boy, Karmelo Anthony, was acting gay under the tent. And that is a faking gay, like Candace Owens says. And then he goes to prison, and now he's about to be gay for real. So you poke somebody just to get poked by somebody. It makes no sense.
What the fuck
I'm
is
sorry.
he talking about?
And some people may say you don't have enough empathy. I don't.
You're an asshole.
And it's because I'm a man. See, there's not enough
No, you're not a man. You're a dickhead son of a bitch.
out in this world anymore.
You're a dickhead, and that's what the fuck you are.
There's not enough men out in this world anymore to actually turn around and say, this is some bullshit, this is stupid, don't do this. You're gonna go to prison if you stab somebody. Nobody gives a damn about you being like, oh my God, he's about to punch me in the face. Take the punch. Oh my God, they was about to jump him. Get jumped. And as you see, he didn't even get jumped. How can you?
They were about to jump him, you lying sack of shit. They were about to jump him, you lying sack of shit. Are you blind, dumbass?
Jump somebody in 3 seconds because 2 of the seconds was him stabbing him. So I want y'all to think about this. It is impossible for you to get jumped in 3 seconds. Because like I said, the other 2 seconds was Karmelo Anthony going like a psycho. So it's impossible to get jumped in 3 damn seconds. So you're stupid if you think the boy was up under some type of...
No. The only stupid motherfucker is you, Mr. Let Go.
duress where he felt he had to survive 3 seconds of getting jumped, 3 seconds of getting punched, 3 seconds of getting shoved. It's gay. It's gay. So, young men need to hear the other side of this and not just the gay side. All these gay ass people on social media sitting here crying and whining, oh my God, shut up. You're gay. And your gay ass, because there's mainly adults out there, your gay ass is teaching young boys to be gay.
This is Buick Now. Buick.
So let me explain something, because I'm a father, okay? I'm a father. So I take this whole situation very seriously, okay? I went up to my daughter's schools. I have 2 daughters. I've been up to both my daughter's schools. I went up to all my kids, my daughter's schools. Elementary school, I was there. Middle school, I was there. High school, I was there. College, I was there. I've been up to my kids' school, regardless of what school they were at. Okay? Daddy is up there, like, what's going on? And it was a situation where my oldest daughter got into it with a boy. And I can tell you what happened. She was walking, and you know how the sliding doors, like the doors just kind of open? You know how the restaurant doors, you know, you push it and the doors open like that? And all of a sudden, she was walking at the door, and the door flew open, and it hit her in the face, right? Or, yeah. Hold on. And then she pushed the boy, and was like, what's wrong with you, right? And wait, I need to call my daughter. I'm trying to remember who. Sliding doors, the open doors hit somebody.
Respectfully, we don't care about this story.
It either hit her or hit him. I think she opened the doors and it hit him. And then he pushed her. And she instantly called her daddy. And I took my ass up to school. And the boy played football. So she was like, I'm going to call my daddy. He was like, call your daddy. I don't give a shit. Da-da-da-da-da, right? So I'm hearing him in the background like, da-da-da-da, talking all this shit, right? So next thing you know, I come up there. He went and got the whole football team. And they up there like, what you want to do? I was like, man, I beat all y'all asses. Fucking wrong with you? You crazy? But did I do it? No. Did I feel fear, like I'm in fear of my life? No. It's like 15 boys out there about to jump on me. Did I pull out a knife? No. 17-year-old. 15, 17-year-old boys, the size of, remember, they're football players, so they were like 6 feet tall, and I'm like 5'10". So even though they were younger than me, they were about my height and a little bit less of a size than me. What do you think I did? So I'm confronted by 15 to 17-year-old athletes talking about they're gonna beat me up, and it's just me. What do you think I did? Did I say, oh my God, I fear for my life, oh no, and pull out a knife and start stabbing motherfuckers? No! What do you think I did? Answer the question in the chat. What do you think I did where 15 and 17-year-olds that were
We really
6
don't
feet
care
tall,
what you did.
standing in front of my face because I'm up here advocating for my daughter? What do you think I did?
To be honest, I really don't give a damn what you did.
I looked at my daughter and I looked at the boy and I said, y'all apologize to each other. Because look at what you're about to start. You two arguing with each other is about to start this big ass brawl. And I'm gonna have to beat all these little boys' asses, which I don't want to do. So you apologize and you apologize. You go first. And even though my daughter was in the wrong, I said, what have I taught you? Apologize. And she said, I'm sorry for hitting you and threatening you. And he said, okay, I'm sorry too. See, I didn't go out there like,
what's your name?
I'll beat your ass, or pull out a gun, or pull out a knife, or do some dumb shit. No. See, real men do not just jump in and just start fighting and shit. Real men find a way to diffuse the situation. Real men find ways to diffuse the situation. It's really that simple. And I'm gonna play the video again because some of y'all are just coming on in. So for those who just came in, this is the actual slow down, clear video of the altercation. So a real man, his job, his number one job is to diffuse volatile situations. All right? I'll call my daughter now and she'll tell you what happened. All right? So the thing about it is, as a man, I have to come online and teach young people and teach parents how to deal with conflict. Because apparently a lot of people don't know how. They either want to go stabbing somebody or they want to start crying, talking about, oh my God, they're about to jump me. Shut up. Get jumped and shut the fuck up. All right. Shout out to Kamel 5125.
Damn, you can't read, boy? Damn, boy, you can't
may
read?
God bless you and for you being an example of courage for the youth. Thank you so much. Okay. So, let's keep going. And this is very important what I'm about to say. Very important for what I'm about to say. This Karmelo Anthony situation is not about race. It's actually about nervous system. I'll say it again. This Karmelo Anthony situation is not about race. It's about nervous system. Someone said I'm not a lawyer. Who the fuck said something about being a lawyer? I was a boy Karmelo Anthony's age before.
Okay, and?
Alright, so I'll say it again. This Karmelo Anthony situation is not about race, it's about nervous system. What do I mean? Modern men, whether 17 or whether 35, modern men have totally different nervous nervous systems than the rest of us who are older. Why? Because modern men, they grew up in the social media world. In the social media world, your nervous system, to a certain degree, is totally different than mine. And I'm here to acknowledge that. Okay? I'm acknowledging that your nervous system is totally different than mine. And here's the reason why this is so important. And everybody just coming in, hit the like button. Everybody coming in, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Because I'm about to teach y'all something right now. And share this video with everybody. Because I'm about to teach y'all something that nobody has said to you ever in life. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Okay. And if anybody wants to come up, I'm going to drop the link if anybody wants to come up also. Because I got a lot to speak on, but if anybody wants to come up and share their opinion, I'm dropping the link right now. So it says StreamYard. That means you can come on the show with me and have a conversation with me. So, here we go. It's not about race, it's about nervous system. Modern men have totally different nervous systems than us, older men, due to the fact that they grew up in a social media era. See, if I ever got into a fight, nobody filmed it. I've gotten into fights. It's not on the internet. It's not on the internet because I didn't grow up in a social media age. With that being said, young men are afraid of fighting because the first thing somebody's going to do is pull out their damn phone and start filming the fight. And if you turn around and get your ass beat and you like, and you looking dumb like slobbing on the floor because somebody just knocked you out, that will haunt you probably for the next 5 years of your life. So because of that, young men are afraid to get into fights because they fear losing the fight and looking dumb on camera and then being put on social media.
Is anybody buying the crock of shit that he's trying to sell us? Like, seriously.
Do you agree, yes or no? Yes or no? Do you agree with that, yes or no? So the reason why modern men are so afraid to get into normal everyday fist fights or get jumped, and I'll talk about getting jumped in a second, is because they're afraid of getting filmed by other people and getting put on social media, getting embarrassed on Facebook and Instagram and on Snapchat and on and whatever else on YouTube for the next 3 or 4 years. And it's difficult for a young man to live that every day. Everybody laughing at you, right? So say Karmelo Anthony is in there and then somebody pulls out their phone, which they didn't because we would have found it. But I'm sure there's some boy or somebody in that tent that had their phone out. But it only happened in 5 seconds, so probably not. So just imagine Karmelo Anthony is in there and they're like, hey, we need you to leave because turf rules apply. You're not from here, so you gotta leave. So yes, he did have to leave, just for the record. He did have to leave because if you're not from that school and somebody from that school tells you to leave, you gotta leave, okay? Turf rules apply. Nobody owns the tent, nobody owns the school. But when you're a kid and you're 17, turf rules apply, okay? So you're sitting there or standing there, and then next thing you know, somebody says, you gotta leave. And they'll look like they're about to beat you up. Or the boy looks like he's about to beat you up, right? And then you turn around and say, damn, I don't want to look like a punk. That boy over there has his phone out. So if I walk away, everybody's going to think I'm a punk and they're going to make fun of me. If this big old boy that's 6 feet tall beats me up, he has his phone out and then I'm going to get embarrassed and everybody's going to look at me like I can't fight. So,
why are you sitting here putting all these hypotheticals out here? The fact of the matter is, Carmelo Anthony was surrounded. Did he use a weapon? Yes, because he was surrounded and about to be jumped. But if you're going to talk about this case, talk about the facts. If you're not going to talk about the facts, shut the fuck up.
Because of that, so because of social media, so because of the fear of somebody filming you look like a punk, get beat up, look like a bitch, or either just walk away, everybody laugh, you're a punk. You turn around and feel the need to touch me and see what happens. And then you stab him. So all because you don't want to look embarrassed and get posted on somebody's Instagram page, you turn around and stab somebody like an idiot, and now your ass is in prison. You poke somebody one time, and now you're going to spend 35 years in prison getting poked by somebody else whenever they want to.
Escape the indoors with Cutter Backyard Bug Solutions. From lawn treatment that lasts all summer, or a backyard fogger for your deck or patio. And Cutter candles, perfect for summer evenings. Cutter, protect your people. Shop now.
All right, team, listen up. I've changed my mind.
Being poked by somebody else whenever they want to. So all the young boys who are afraid to get embarrassed on social media for losing a fight and instead pull out a knife or a gun, I'm going to tell you this right now, and it's for every young person watching. Get your ass beat and deal with it. Deal with the embarrassment. If you lose a fight, if you fall awkwardly, if you get knocked out, if you're on the floor looking stupid, they're going to film you and post you on social media, and you're going to be embarrassed. I understand that. Nobody wants to get embarrassed, but it's either get embarrassed or go to prison. What would you rather do? Lose a fight, get posted, losing the fight, looking dumb, feeling embarrassed, everybody picking on you for like the whole school year, or go to prison where somebody is literally going to...
I don't know why he's taking this conversation in a place where it don't really need to go.
It's fucking you in the asshole. Literally. Pick one. You want to get fucked in the ass for 35 years? Fucked in the ass for 35 years? Or do you want to lose a fight and somebody films you and you're getting embarrassed because you fell awkwardly and everybody's laughing at you? Pick one. So that's the reason why modern men have different nervous systems than us. They have different things to worry about when it comes to getting into a fist fight compared to men of my generation. Okay? I'm acknowledging that. Okay? And I got somebody, where you at? Faith, you there? Hey, Faith, you there? Give them a second. So I dropped a link if anybody wanted to come up and share their opinion about this. Faith, are you there? Yes or no? Hello, 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 hello. Hello? Alright, so I got the link up if somebody wants to come up. I mean, I got the link in the chat. Let me pin it at the top so y'all can see it. So I'm gonna pin the link at the top so y'all can see it. And I got Faith back here, but she's not saying anything. So okay, I'll just keep going. So, and if you got something to say, bring your ass up and hit the link and have a conversation with me. Stop saying stupid shit in the chat and come up and have a conversation with me. Or are you gonna be as pussy as Karmelo Anthony is?
Now you out of pocket for saying that bullshit. Dick sucking motherfucker.
Huh? You want to be as pussy as Karmelo Anthony and not come up and have the conversation in my face? Huh? Huh? You want to be pussy like Karmelo Anthony? Huh? Okay, so let's keep going. For every young man watching. Let's see. Joseph, you there?
Yo, man, what's going on?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. I'm blessed. I just want to jump in with you here. As a white male, Gen X, I'm 48 years old. I got some kids, and was I surprised at the venomous, outcome? Yeah, a little bit. I didn't really think people were gonna jump on, like kill the white kid, bury him back up and stab him again.
Whoa.
Hit me. What am I missing?
Certain things you can't say on YouTube.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. So anyway, just a vehement response definitely surprised me. Do I want to go, typical? Do I want to say typical? No, because I don't want people to live like this and think like this no more. Period. So I'm not giving up on any race. I'm not giving up on any kids, but I think we need to step in and start saying some things. I think men like you who are saying things like, what are we doing?
Right.
What is happening? Who's teaching these children? What are they seeing? How about this one? What are they seeing? Because it's not always what we're telling them. They are going by what they see on a daily basis by the people they are raised by. Period. And I watched you and Jesse on Fire's interview, and what a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? Two grown men discussing something on equal ground that just doesn't make sense. So when do we step up and say, hey, what's the responsibility, a parent or a color? You know what I mean? Are we parents or are we colors? We're not colors, we're parents. God loves all of us.
And that's the reason why me and Jesse did that show, because I think the world needed to see a white guy and a black guy come together and say this is not about race. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So you brought up a great point, and it's kind of like what I was actually about to jump into. So here's the thing. Modern men have literally adopted the nervous system of women.
Oh my Lord, speak on it. And this video thing, I love what you just don't skip over too quick when you were talking. Go ahead.
So modern men have literally adopted the nervous system of women. And what this means is when a woman feels in
Bro, you're gonna have to explain yourself on that bullshit. Talking about that men have adopted the brain patterns of women. You're gonna have to explain that bullshit.
danger, she's really in danger because she's small. She don't have muscle tone. She can't necessarily defend herself, right?
Just like his daughter. Just like the story from his daughter.
Exactly. So the thing about it is, when a woman feels like she feels for her life,
what's happening here?
She actually fears for her life. When we fear for our lives, we don't fear for our lives unless somebody
we got machismo and bravado. You know what I mean? Our kids thinking, and you know what I think is most important also is what you just brought up. I hope we don't skip over that because it hit me after you said it. Wait a minute, these kids aren't raised like us. We didn't have no damn cameras out all the time. We didn't think of the social media experience whatsoever because it wasn't there. So it was a whole different world for young men. We had knives, we had stuff on us, but we still didn't use it. You know what I mean? We still took that punch in the mouth. You know what I mean? We put our hands up. That's it. I got my ass kicked a bunch. You know what I mean? But guess what? I learned, and I'm still here, and I don't have all this time in prison. So this young man made a decision based, I think, on some world things happening, social media. If they're fighting with each other, then they won't be focused over here idea, and just all of it in total puts us at a point where this show needs to happen because we need to hear you tell us what are we doing. Let's get back to the real point.
So hold on. Let's let everybody else talk.
Hit it.
Get a chance to speak. So Sonny, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. You hear me?
How you doing? Yeah, I can hear you. Thank you for being here.
No problem, man. I think it's just intellectual dishonesty from a lot of black people. Everybody named Mama know the kid was dead wrong, right? But it's like black people are using this as an opportunity to troll white people.
Yes.
Right?
Really?
Because 99% of
Really,
black people
nigga?
would have not reacted that way.
Really?
You're not gonna stab somebody when they push you, right?
Yeah.
99% of black people wouldn't want that to happen to their child.
Right.
You don't want because your child pushed somebody, now all of a sudden that's a death sentence. We all know what happened was wrong, but what happens now is we look at it as an opportunity because we feel that so many white people have, killed unarmed or innocent black people. Now this is our time to circumvent justice and be like, oh, even though he's a murderer, we're going to play dumb and create some silly narrative to try to get him off so we can flex our...
And Negroes like this are not helping the situation.
power too. We have power. It's not just you that have the power to let murderers walk free. We have the power, right? So I'm not going to play this dishonest game with black people because as a people, we have to stand on honor and justice. We are asking for justice, and we have to be the people who are proponents of justice. We cannot just try to act from this position of power because we don't have that power, right? You can be unjust when you have power, right? We don't have any power, so we're playing a game that we can't win. Number one, and number two, I agree with you when you say that they take on the nervous system of women, but I'll go one step further. A lot of black young men have taken on the logic and the reasoning of black women.
Yeah, no, whoa, women, not black women, women.
Okay, well, let's talk about women, right?
Yeah.
Because the reason why I'll make it black is because a lot of young black men are raised only or solely by their mom.
I get it. So the thing about it is,
Now, you're saying that a lot of young black men are raised by their mothers. If you go and talk about that, talk about how some of these women choose the welfare system rather than the baby daddy. Number one, and number two, talk about how these women don't vet properly. If you're gonna talk about it all.
so thank you for saying that, Joseph. So the thing about it, young men are being raised by women, not just in a black community. We think it's only us. White people go through the same things that we go through. So I just wanted to say that. So go ahead.
I'll agree. But what you start to see is, right, you see a lot of times women behave illogically when it comes to violence, right? Yeah. Because women are seldom ever punished for violence because they are the weaker sex.
Yes.
So we kind of look at them like, she's harmless and you could have defended yourself. Yep. But when we see women hit dudes with cars or stab a dude, I mean, there's plenty of women who have stabbed men and have not been punished.
Yes.
Right? So they'll say, "Oh, he pushed me," or "I thought he was going to hit me," or they'll use that dishonest lie of, "Oh, I thought something was going to happen to me," and they'll get.
Hold on. Let me say this. To women is not a lie, and I'm glad I have a woman up here. It's not a lie because, like I was saying earlier, brother, women actually do think they're going to die.
Yeah.
Do die. You know what I'm saying? So women die by the hands of men. I'm not going to say more or less or whatever. So when they see somebody in their... Hold on. So they have a different level of fear. So they have the right to have this type of nervous system. You know what I'm saying? But like I'm saying and like you're saying, we as men cannot adopt that nervous system because we are bigger and stronger than women are. So we don't have the same narrative as that. So go ahead, Sonny. Go ahead, brother. You there? I don't know what happened. So Faith, are you here?
Hey, blessings to you all. Yes, I am here. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I am blessed and highly favored.
Thank you for being here.
I want to say this.
Mm-hmm.
When this first happened, I called the funeral home. Yes, listen to me.
Okay.
The woman called me back. That funeral home where you supposedly had been at, they only do politician people. I got it recorded. I'm gonna have to get it. It's another thing.
What does that mean? I don't understand.
Like political, like they just do political, like the governors and like somebody big. The owner told me.
That sounds weird. Like super weird. Whatever.
I recorded her. And I don't think this happened. I think they're playing on our mental health.
Okay.
Because
So
I'm from Louisiana. Nobody knows them. And the word on the curb is they crack down. Karmelo is a crisis actor.
Ladies and gentlemen, twice yearly PrEP is here. One office visit every 6 months. 2 times a year for HIV prevention. That's 1-2 PrEP. That's Yes2Go. Yes2Go is an injectable prescription medicine that helps to protect against HIV.
Now, Karmelo is a crisis actor.
oh, whoa, wait.
What?
Wait. I like to ingest information. And just
Allegedly.
right. I like to ingest situations and just like new information and just say, okay, can I wrap my head around this?
I gotta pause this. This is another problem I have with this case. It's people saying that he a crisis actor, that this was made up, this, that, and the third. I am so sick of the false narratives. I'm sick of the misinformation. I'm sick of the disinformation. I'm sick of the rage baiting. I'm sick of the confusion. I'm sick of the race baiting, Sarah J. Fields, Antoine Daniels, Brendan Tatum, Megan Kelly. I am sick of this case. But unfortunately, the reason I'm talking about this case is due to how disingenuous Mr. Let Go is talking about this case. And that's the only reason I'm talking about it.
Okay, so one, I'm not just gonna up and disagree with you because I don't know myself, right? So this is new information. So let's all ingest it instead of just being like, "Oh, you're crazy." Okay, so let's just look at this in your perspective. You're saying this boy is a crisis actor. The first thing I'm going to say is Metcalf is dead. So if he is a crisis actor, his ass need to go to prison anyway. So whether he's a crisis actor or whether he's just a normal kid, he needs to be going to prison because He's dead. Somebody's dead. Somebody's child is dead. So what do you say to that?
I'm saying we saying somebody's child dead. A lot of people, you notice they didn't let a lot of people go into that funeral, right? Who's to say they had something in that casket? I mean, these United States of America, they love to do hoax. They love to do fake stuff.
So you're saying he's not? There's nobody's dead?
I don't believe this. I believe this is a different. This is a.
What the fuck am I listening to? Seriously. Can someone tell me what the fuck am I listening to? Yo, I don't know how much more this I can stomach. Let's go.
They done pull one on us, and I'm telling you, that been in my spirit. They done pull one on us.
Okay, let's table that because I don't want to make the whole show about that because I don't have enough even just I don't want to talk about that right now because it's so many angles to that. So I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're right either.
The video say 2016 too. It say year 2016. This is not 2016. That video say
what?
2016?
Yes. It's 2016. I want you to pull it up, then I'm gonna come back up because I don't like to be, wrong. I don't want to be wrong. And shout out to everybody in the chat, and I'm gonna get your card.
Oh, thank you.
God, I see them cards going all over the world. I also got a prophet gift, but I see what you're saying. And people gotta understand. When you admit to something, you're already guilty.
You're already guilty, right? So why are you in prison? Why? Because I'm glad you said that. When you say, yeah, I did it, you're going to prison before the trial starts. Because you said, yeah, I did it. That's the worst thing you say.
He admitted, so I don't know why people thought he wasn't going to get no time.
And here's the problem with him saying, him trying to explain on what happened. I think a lot of people take him trying to take ownership of what happened has him confessing. And I think a lot of people are misinterpreting that. I don't think that Karmelo was trying to confess. However, I do believe that Karmelo was simply trying to take ownership of what happened like a man is supposed to do. With him doing that probably did seal his fate. But that's a point I'm trying to make here.
Oh, come on now. I wonder, they need to wake up. They must be still dreaming.
Yeah. So, it's cool. So,
I'm gonna come back. I want you to
thank you so much.
Look at the video, and you're gonna see 2016 on that video. It's February. February, the month of February.
Okay. So, Sonny.
And I love what you're doing.
Thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate you.
All right.
All right. So, Sonny, you're back.
So you see what I'm talking about? The take on the logic of women, right? Like, is it hard to believe that a 17-year-old kid killed another 17-year-old kid? We see this all the time in the black community. As a matter of fact, you can Google this. In New Rochelle, New York, there was an incident where a 16-year-old girl stabbed another 16-year-old girl and killed that girl, right? And it was a fight. It was a fight after school at a party, right? And these two girls got into it, and one girl stabbed the other girl, killed her. Now that girl was like an art student.
How to say unalive and killed. Unalive. Somebody and unalive them because YouTube messes with people.
I got you. Right. So she unalived this young lady, right? Yeah. And unfortunately, because the way the laws are set up, if you unalive someone prior to the age of 18, the law longest you can go to jail for is up to your 21st birthday. So that young lady unalived a girl who was college bound. She was a straight A student, and this is what's going on in our community. Our young people are hyper aggressive and they lack impulse control.
Yes.
This is going on throughout our community, and this is a perfect opportunity for our community to come together and say, look kids, this is what happens when you lack impulse control and problem solving skills, right?
Stop right there. So stop right there, because this video I'm playing right here is important because of what you just said. All right, so just pause just for a second, because this is exactly your point right here. So everybody watch this, and everybody watching, make sure to hit the like button and share this video with anybody that you know that is a parent or young people. Listen, watch this.
I'm 17, I'm gonna put me in for a murder charge. Like, why am I getting convicted for this murder charge? I'm never gonna do anything again. Like, how you want me to work with me? Like, what you know? Like, what did you expect me to do? Man, they made it seem like I was just gonna interview me and I was gonna go home. I don't know. Come on, come on, man.
See, he think he can kill or unalive somebody and then go home. Do you see the logic, the female logic? See, if this was a girl, she probably would have went home because she's a girl. Your point. I'm going to keep playing it, but you see what I'm saying right here?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going to play some more.
I cannot engage in question that. I'm only 17, man. I'm only 17, man. I'm only 17, man. Please, come home. Can I go home? So I'm going to...
He unalived somebody, and it's just like, can I go home? I'm playing this video in particular.
And I'm familiar with that case. I think that happened in, I want to say Detroit.
Hold on, let me play the video first, though. I'm playing this video in particular because another person that killed somebody was only 17, Karmelo Anthony. And even though I talked about this previously, a friend of mine called me and seen one of my videos and said, yo, it doesn't seem like you have a lot of compassion. Well, guess what? In situations like this, we don't need compassion. We need to show these young men that your ass is going to prison. Your ass will be tried as an adult if you're 15, 16, or 17 and you kill somebody. See, young people don't necessarily know the law like adults do. So because of that, this isn't the time for compassion. This is the time to offer a learning lesson. And what is a learning lesson? Not making fun of the boy because he's about to go to prison, but one, to show other young boys, white or black, no matter what race, that if you kill somebody and you're just a kid, just like this guy in this video.
I'm 17, I'm gonna put me in for a murder charge. I'm never gonna do anything again. I'm only 17, man. I'm only 17, man. I'm only 17, man.
You're going to be tried like an adult, you're going to go to prison, and most likely, you're going to go to prison for more than 10 years. So I want to stop right there because somebody just said, well, what are you talking about? Wouldn't you defend yourself as a man? See, there's a difference, and I want you to touch on this also, Sonny. When you're a man, we actually have more of the ability to protect ourselves with weapons for a number of reasons, okay? A 17-year-old has zero reason to protect themselves with a weapon. So I'll say it again. Grown men have more of a reason and responsibility to protect ourselves with weapons, but 17-year-olds have zero reason to protect themselves with weapons. And here's the
Why? I mean, no, really. I'm asking the question. Why?
reason why. As a young boy, you do not fear for your life because you're young. We don't fear for our lives. I did all kinds of crazy shit. I crossed creeks, I climbed trees.
The fuck is you talking about? You trying to say that a 17-year-old boy never has a reason to fear for his life? If you don't get your head out of your own asshole?
I jumped off of, not bridges, but I jumped off of shit. I jumped off of a house. I did all kinds of dumb shit. Rode motorcycles. So we don't have a innate fear for our lives because we don't think we're gonna die because we're stupid. Boys, girls do, but boys, we don't think we're gonna die if we do anything. Okay? We even shocked each other with tasers because we're stupid. Okay? So one, we don't fear for our lives when we're 17. Two, we already don't think we're gonna go to to jail if we do some dumb shit. So that's more chances of us having a street fight in the middle of the street, a fight in the middle of a school, a fight in the middle of wherever, because ain't nobody gonna arrest us because we're kids. Hold on. But if me and Sonny was to get into a fist fight in the middle of a mall, we going to jail, right? So the possibility of us going to jail, no matter what we do is high, okay? So because of that, we have to learn the law instead of just doing shit, right? Kids just do shit because they don't know the law. And because of that, it's dumb for a kid to pick up a gun. It's dumb for a kid to pick up a knife because they don't know how to lawfully do anything. I know how to lawfully carry a firearm. I know how to lawfully discharge a firearm. And on top of that, I lawfully know how to make a situation not as bad as it can be. I can explain my way out of a situation because I know the law. And because of that, I can use a weapon and not go to prison. I can shoot somebody, depending on what what state I'm in, and not go to jail, not go to prison. A kid doesn't know what the hell they're doing. So the fact that they don't know how to handle a firearm, don't know the laws, and don't know how to get out of a situation or make a situation look like this instead of this, like the angle in which this boy was stabbed shows that he was murdered. But if you would have went like this and stabbed him in a thigh, stabbed him in an arm, stabbed him in the stomach, he would not have did 35 years. So the simple fact that you don't even know how to juke somebody means that you don't need to be having a damn weapon. I know how to properly defend myself, but kids don't. So kids don't ever need to be using a weapon no matter what's happening. So go ahead, Sonny.
Let me ask you, Aaron, you have daughters, right?
Yes.
Now, as a father, it's your job to, quote unquote, protect your daughters, correct?
Yes.
Now, protection doesn't only just mean showing up when something happens. It also means preventing things from happening.
Yes.
Right? So when you give your daughters curfews, when you tell them what they can't wear, that's protection. Okay?
Right.
It's not just physical.
Right.
Same thing with self-defense. Self-defense is not just being violent when you're aggressed. No, self-defense is taking yourself out of situations before they become violent.
Yes.
If I'm in any situation, and I'm a big dude, I can defend myself. I'm a legal gun owner, right? Licensed to carry.
Yeah.
But if I'm in a situation where anybody is upset at my presence and say, man, you gotta get up out of here. 9 times out of 10, unless there's some real reason why I'm there to begin with, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna get out of here.
You wanna leave, right?
I'm never scared of what they're going to do to me. I'm afraid of what I may have to do to them.
Damn.
Right? So I said, you know what, let me get up out of here before he made me do something to him.
Yes.
That's self-defense. That's me defending myself.
Yes.
Right? What's that old saying? I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. That means you have 2 options. Either you gonna die or you gonna be on trial.
Yep.
That's what it means. You have 2 options. Right? There's not a third option of going free.
There is a third option though, Sonny, and that is a whole point of the reason why I'm here. There is a third option, and that third option is what you just said. Walk away. See, one option is you can die. The other option is you can go to prison. But the third option is you can go home.
200 days since our last customer service meltdown.
Oh, because we're not just responding, but resolving issues faster with service.
But the third option is you can go home.
Simply just say, hey man, it ain't that simple. People have to learn de-escalation and conflict resolution.
Yes.
I have been in hoods in many rough cities, Houston, Atlanta, New York, LA, and anytime I'm anywhere that even seems like something's going to escalate, you de-escalate. Hey man, let me buy you a drink. Hey, come on, dog, it ain't that serious, man. We good.
Yeah.
I've de-escalated many a scenario because you know how bad this can get.
Yeah.
So young black people, this was a golden opportunity for the black community to come together and say, young black men, de-escalate.
Yeah.
We have to learn to conflict resolve. But instead, what we decide to do, play the victim and play the race card. Right? And his parents, let me talk about his parents.
Yeah.
This is where his parents really sold him up the river. Because if that kid would have fell on the sword, pardon the pun, if he would have just mea culpa, hey, I'm sorry, I lost my head, my heart goes out to the Metcalf family, and he would have took a plea deal, he could have got 15 years, been out and about 12.
He probably got 5 years on manslaughter.
If he would have just humbled himself and said, look, I messed up, I lost my head, I'm sorry.
What the fuck you mean humble himself when he's a victim, you dipshit? The fuck you mean? It was clear that he was the victim. You coon-ass motherfucker.
The state of Texas, the city of Frisco, I'm sorry. At most, you get 15, you're out in 12. He goes to jail at 19, he's back on the street by 30.
He didn't even take the stand.
He can have a family, he can have a life, right? But his family decided to play the race card, play the victim, and try to get him off without any punishment.
Yep.
That's lack of accountability. As a father, you knew your son took that young man's life. You should have said to him, son, what you did was wrong. I don't care if you thought it was right in the moment, it was wrong. So you're going to have to do some time. Let's try to mitigate this to get you to do as little bit of time as possible.
Yeah.
Right? Instead, you kick the father out of the press conference. You don't want to come together. If the father was willing to work with the family, if you and the father would have got together and said, hey, both of our sons did some shit they had no business doing. Unfortunately, you know, we just want to come back and help the youth and let this be a learning opportunity. Man, he would have got 10 years at the most. He'd have been out about 8, back on the streets as a young man, can still live his life.
Yep.
But you played the race card, you played the victim, and you took zero accountability, and now this man ain't gonna see the streets till he probably 50.
Exactly.
You ruined his life. By
Your
playing
own
the victim.
parents ruin your life. That is a fact.
They should have been there to counsel you and guide you and say, son, regardless of what you thought, that ain't how it is. This is what we gonna do. But instead you try to...
And y'all...
I feel so bad.
See, this right here is coon shit. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. This right here is coon shit.
For him because he is young. And he does look like he's a good guy. I'm not gonna write him off as a thug. I'm gonna say he looked like he's a good kid. And had this not had happened, he probably would have led a fruitful life. But your father should be there to guide you and counsel you. And your father looked like he was being controlled by his wife and took zero accountability. And you let them railroad that young man.
Yep, I totally agree. So the thing about it is, we as parents have to take responsibility for our kids instead of just sitting around being victims. So to prove, just to go with your point, the parents painted him out to be a victim. So of course, the boy thought he was a victim. And when you think you're a victim, you do things that victims do. See, victims stab people because they feel like they're a victim. They think they're about to die. See, when you know how to fight, you just fight instead of using a knife because you now are not a victim. See, victims do things that victims do. So the more you think you're not a victim, the less you end up going to prison for the rest of your life because you don't do things victims do. See, when you're a victim, you feel like you don't have any other choice but to pull out a knife and crash out. So with all that being said, let me play this real quick instead of wanting to be a victim all the time. Not all of you, but a lot of you have this victim mindset. He was about to get jumped. Where I'm from, so we're from two different worlds. But where I'm from, you get jumped. I've gotten jumped before. I got jumped by 6 dudes before. And guess what? I didn't die. I just walked my muddy, bloody ass home and cleaned up. And that was it. So a lot of you victims, male and female, y'all literally do not understand life. They shouldn't have picked on him. Getting picked on is a part of a boy's life. And justifying stabbing somebody because they're getting picked on, because they're getting cornered, because he's about to get jumped, in my opinion, is the gayest shit on the planet. And this is the reason why a lot of you men and a lot of you women have the problems in your lives that you have. Because you have a victim mindset. You instantly go to victim mode every time something happens. 17-year-old boys fight. 17-year-old boys get jumped. 17-year-old boys lose fights. 17-year-old boys get hurt. But one thing 17-year-old boys don't do is stab each other. And if they do stab the other person, that 17-year-old boy gets tried as an adult and his ass goes to prison. White, black, green, purple. And this is the reason why people look at me and say, you don't have any compassion. You talk in a condescending manner. I'm sorry, but when I'm dealing with a world of soft, mushy, whiny, crying pussies, there's nothing I can do about that. Because I was Karmelo Anthony's size. A lot of the boys that picked on me were bigger than me. But guess what? I did what I had to do. And I didn't pick up a knife, and I didn't pick up a gun. And I got my ass beat because the boy was bigger than me. And there's nothing I can do but go home and just say, damn, I got my ass beat. And that's it. Forgive me for not understanding your pussy-ass way of thinking. Forgive me for not being a victim like a lot of you. It's just not in me. No matter what happens, I'm not going to be a victim of somebody else. Even if somebody was to rob me at a gas station or something, I'm going to call the police. I'm going to do everything I need to do. But in my mind, I'm going to say, damn, what could I have done to prevent this? So even then, I'm not going to be a victim. And another thing that came up in my comments, I have 2 daughters. And somebody asked me, well, what if my kids were in this situation and my kid stabbed a white kid or a black kid or whatever, and that kid died? My kid is going her ass to prison. And my kids will tell you that. Because I want to turn around and say, I didn't raise her to stab nobody. I raised her to either de-escalate the situation, fight back, or call her daddy and let me come in and deal with the situation. I never taught her to stab somebody because they're picking on her. So not even my daughters are as soft as a lot of you men are whining in my comments. Well, they pushed him. What was he supposed to do? Walk away, de-escalate the situation, leave out of the tent. There's a damn tent. Why the hell can't he leave? And for a lot of you saying, he was cornered. It's a damn tent. How can you get cornered in a tent that is open on all 4 sides? And on top of that, he wasn't cornered.
He was surrounded, you dumb motherfucker. He was surrounded. Hate this asshole.
He stabbed a little boy, he ran his ass off crying. So the bottom line is this. Somebody picks on you and you stab them in the chest and they die, your ass is going to prison, regardless of race or gender. And as a learning lesson for all of you young men and the parents of young men, watch this next video.
I want to see this rage that I keep hearing about. You like violence because the shit ain't never happened to you. You ain't never ran into somebody that likes violence just as much as you do. That's the problem. You understand that? But we like violence here, so go in there and get you some, because you like it. You ain't not going to try to fight back?
Let's go.
Oh, sounds like your parents. Go. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yes, sir. You know what all this means? You full of shit. And we calling your bluff. You got your moms thinking that your meltdowns are uncontrollable. Why we ain't having one right now then? Under all the stress you under right now, snot falling down your nose, getting your ass kicked, he ain't saying he want nobody to die yet. Not the guy you think you are. Time. Get out the ring.
Every young boy needs to get punched in the mouth by another young boy to learn how it feels to get punched in the mouth. If Karmelo Anthony would have gotten punched in the mouth, he would have learned how to take a punch instead of running around stabbing people. The bottom line is our people, male and female, spend too much time looking for opportunities to be victims instead of looking for opportunities for what happened to be a learning lesson for us and our children. The learning lesson is if you kill somebody, your happy ass is going to prison, and that is it. Go home and teach your kids how to take accountability for their own actions instead of being victims like their mama and like their daddy.
There's DNA. There's heavy-duty DNA.
Hey mama and like their daddy. So, Melody, I'm coming at you, Sonny, but hello, Melody. Oh, okay. I don't know what happened to Melody. Melody, I don't know what happened. But Sonny, what are your thoughts?
So that's interesting because when we talk about violence, this young man was not violent at all. It's funny to me that you moved to one of the least violent areas of Dallas, right? And you're promoting that if you feel threatened, if you feel danger, that you should take someone's life, right? Now we have to remember that because
meaning the parents of Karmelo?
No, black people in general, right? Okay. Black people in general are saying this kid wasn't in the hood, right? This kid wasn't in South Dallas somewhere. This kid was in Frisco. If you know anything about the Dallas Metro, it's one of the literally whitest areas. It's hardly no crime. If you are advocating that the response that he should have had was to take someone's life in a non-threatening situation or a very minimal threatening situation, right? This is why people don't want us in their neighborhood. Because if that's the mentality that we're promoting and perpetuating, that whenever you feel even the slightest bit of aggression towards you, that your response should be maximum aggression and maximum violence. This is why people say, well, they're inherently violent. We are promoting the same stereotype that we want people to look past. And it's you're talking out of both sides of your mouth. You want people to look at black people as normal, everyday citizens who are able to conduct themselves in a certain way.
Right.
But then we're also promoting taking someone's life if they push you.
And wait. I just
After
got
refusing to leave
Hold
their
on.
intimate area.
Hold on. I gotta
Right?
say
So this is where black people
Can you
kind
hear me?
of go off a cliff with the irrationality and the lack of logic. You cannot on social media be telling people that you justify taking someone's life because they were pushed.
Right.
Then when people say, well, we don't want these type of people in our area, oh, you're just being racist.
Can you hear me?
Does that make sense?
Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? Hold on. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Yes or no? Can y'all hear me? Hello? So nobody can hear me? Can the people in the back can't hear me? The people in the back can't hear me for some reason. Melody, can you hear me? Sonny, can you hear me? Maybe Sonny can't hear me. I don't know what happened. But y'all can hear me. All right, cool. Cause I just where? Okay, Sonny left. I guess he's gonna come back. Okay, I just want to make sure. Melody, you're here. Can you hear me? All right, cool. All right. One of the things that Sonny said, Sonny, come back up. I don't know what happened, but one thing Sonny said was,
Yeah, can you hear me?
"Hey, how cool? All right. Oh, make sure to only play this because I hear background from the YouTube video. Because you being on here would suffice. So you gotta count yourself out of the YouTube video if you wanna say something. So the thing about it is something that Sonny said that was very important to hear is that he said black people tend to justify violence. Black people in particular have been running around justifying Karmelo Anthony's actions. The justification of unaliving somebody because they are a victim makes other races not want to be around us. See, all races are violent, but one particular race, maybe two, white people too, tend to justify their behavior and paint themselves out as if they had no other excuse but...
Really, nigga? And that's where we gonna go? Really, nigga? You can kiss the whole black of my ass.
violence. Black people tend to justify their violent behavior. Everybody else is just as violent as black people, but we try to find some type of way to justify our violent behavior. And that is the actual problem. That is the actual problem right there. And I'm so glad Sonny, I wish Sonny would come back. I don't know where Sonny went. But because I didn't drop you. I don't know what happened. But we got to stop justifying violent behavior. If we got to go violent, if we got to get to it, if we got to do this, we got to do that, cool. But we don't need to be justifying it. Because I got as many weapons as anybody else does. But I'm not going to use them unless I actually feel in danger of my life. And in most cases, I don't. And because of that, I don't run around using the weapons. All right, so y'all are back. All right, so go ahead. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
So I believe you were saying that everyone has violence in their community, and I agree with that. Right? I do not
justify it.
Yeah, I do not believe that black people are more inherently violent than any other group of people.
We're not.
Right? But we promote it.
Promote it and act like we're justified at doing it more.
And I think we don't realize most white people do not live around black people. So most white people don't have any interaction with black people whatsoever. And if when they look on social media, they hear that a kid was stabbed in the heart, and they see that, poked in the heart, and they see that millions of black people are promoting and perpetuating that. How do you think that makes us look?
Right.
How do you think these people who don't know hardly any black folk, they just hear a kid at a track meet was poked in the heart, right? Because he pushed someone, and here you have black educated people, senators, Congress people saying, "Oh, well, he was defending himself."
Right.
If I lived in middle America and didn't know any black people, and I'm seeing this on social media and on TV, I'd be like, well, damn, I don't want these people in my neighborhood.
Right, because if I shove a black person, they might stab me.
Exactly. But then we want to tell them, no, we're harmless. Don't be afraid of us. You have no reason to be afraid of us. You're talking out of both sides of your mouth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's dishonest. You can't do it.
Yeah. And you made like the biggest point that I never even thought about. It's not about us being violent as black people. It's us justifying our violence as black people. Simply because we black, we supposed to just be violent because we were slaves, or because we're black, or because we feel like victims. See, it's the blatant victimization that I have the problem with. I have a disdain for victims that are not victims. If somebody's a victim of a travesty, I have empathy for that person. But I have disdain for victims that aren't victims. People who play the victim in order to like justify their behavior. I hate that shit.
Why do you think they do that?
I hate when men do it.
Why do you think they do that?
Because, like I said earlier, men, not just black men, but men have adopted the nervous systems of women. And the same way women have this need to catastrophize everything, it could be raining outside. And if Melody was all dolled up and ready to go somewhere and she got this nice dress on and it started pouring down raining, Melody might start crying because she's going to catastrophize the rain. She's going to be a victim of the rain. And I accept that because she's a woman. But next thing you know, if Melody has a son and she sees that, the son is going to start victimizing himself, and he's going to start crying and whining about the damn rain. He's going to start crying every time the wind blows. Women can do that because they're women, but men have adopted that shit. So this young boy, Karmelo Anthony, victimized himself with the rain. It's raining, so that's the reason why I went under somebody else's tent. And then they said, get out. But it's raining. I don't want to get out. And then they like, get out. Anyway. And he's like, I'm a victim because now you're yelling at me like a little bitch. You know, why don't you just leave? Go out in the rain. What is wrong with rain? But go ahead.
I think we're never going to attack victimhood until we realize that there is value in victimhood. The Jesse Smollett taught us that. That whole case.
Value?
There's value. Let me show you.
Okay.
When people pretend to be a victim, that pulls on the empathetic nature of people, the sympathetic nature of people, right?
Well, let's not use value then. I'm saying, but
when I say value, what I'm saying is that there's something to be gained, right? You even have
currency in victimhood.
there you go, right? There's
For everybody watching, there's currency in victimhood.
Social currency, yes.
Social currency, not value. It's not justified. It's not good.
No, it's not.
Right.
No, it's not.
So let me say this.
Good.
Let me say this. People weaponize victimhood.
That's a better term.
People weaponize victimhood. And that's the problem. So go ahead. I just want to clear that up.
Because they know it's our human nature to feel sorry for someone, right?
Yeah.
You have certain politicians who ran their whole entire life on being a victim from Vietnam or World War II or something, right?
Yeah.
There is social currency in victimhood, and then what happens is we try to victim Olympics. Right? We try to out-victimize each other. Well, my people were depressed for 400 years. My people were depressed for 500 years.
Yep.
Well, my mom was a crackhead. Well, my daddy was a pimp. So everybody tries to try to garner this social currency from their victim status, because now society doesn't expect anything from you. You can behave as dysfunctional as you want. Oh, well, don't worry about him. His mom was a crackhead and his daddy was a pimp. Right? Bless his heart. Nobody expects you to do or become anything, because when you stand before the judge, why you robbed them 7 people? Well, my mama was a crackhead, and I come from a long line of slaves, and so they weaponize it.
Yes.
That's why everybody wants to paint themselves as some sort of victim. Hey, I'm homosexual. Well, I'm a minority. My mother was Irish from my daddy's side. Everybody is going to try to play some form of victim because they weaponize it and they get social currency from it.
You have a point. You have a great point.
I'll land my plane right there.
Thank you for saying that. That made so much sense. So, Melody, can you hear me now?
I can. Can you hear me?
Hello, how are you? Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good deal. I had to figure it out. I'm a little older, so I'm a grandmother of 7 kids. The oldest being 19, 5 being boys, all black, and 2 granddaughters. Right. So my oldest grandson, this thing of loyalty, that's another issue in our today's society. They don't want to snitch on their friends and their ops, quote unquote, end up being their friends again, even though they shot at each other. It's just weird stuff that I would never understand from my generation. Like you said, we just fight it out and keep it moving.
Well,
so in this particular,
what they're doing is what Sonny is saying. That generation of your sons, they find a need to victimize themselves. So they have to have ops for them to have a gun. They have to have, they have to fear for their lives so they can
they really are fearing for their lives, because these fools are walking around with guns. I don't know where they're getting them. I don't know who's selling it to them, but they got them. But in this particular case here, with Karmelo, and if this lady Faith, she says something about a psyop. Even if it was whatever a psyop, we are failing collectively.
Yes.
Because we are all against each other collectively speaking, not individually. But so even if it was a psyop, we're still failing. I wish folks would see that. And as a grandmother and from a second generation looking into the situation and seeing these teenagers nowadays, mine included, I'm concerned. And Karmelo was wrong. And just as fast as he ran his behind out from underneath that tent after he stabbed him, he could have got his ass up and ran that quick when he felt like he needed to leave.
Yep.
There's just no, and people keep talking about it's the video is edited. No, it's not. It's the left cam. He walked out of view, and then the right cam came into view. He came into the view, so they're showing what they have. Excuse me. So all I'm saying is, and I will say that if somebody's daughter, as a single mother, is a crackhead, then yes, those children are going to suffer. I told my daughter, listen, you're not responsible for just 4 souls. You're responsible for 4 black souls. and the color of their skin matters in this world. And if you do not set the example, as a black woman, then your black sons are going to grow up and suffer those consequences. And my grandson, who's 19, is facing 2 pending charges right now.
Yeah.
And it's because of the way he was raised. No matter what I say as a grandmother, nobody listens to the wives until they get older and they're ready for it. But the whole addiction part does play a factor in it. I don't really want to say it's a reason to be victimized, but man, I'm watching it. I'm watching it in real time. It's real.
The actual addiction is victimhood, like Sonny is saying. The biggest addiction to younger people is victimhood, because they can go on social media. Oh, I just lost my job, and I didn't do anything wrong. I just got demonetized from YouTube, and I didn't even go against the terms of service. I just did this. Like it's just everybody. Like no matter what happens to them, they're gonna go online, and it's gonna be a whole bunch of people that's going to just give them likes and views because they're a damn victim. And it's so.
But you gotta connect the dots. So I understand what Sonny's saying, what you're saying, but at some fragile point, between that child who lost his childhood was stolen because his mother or father was an addict, somebody has to connect the dot and show them normality or what their potential life could be like.
So let me say this, Melody, and you said you have sons, so I'm glad you're here. You're grandsons. You're never a victim in any situation. Like I said in the video, I said if I got robbed, I'm gonna call the police. I'm gonna do the things that a victim would do, but I'm not gonna feel like a victim. I'm gonna look at this situation and say, damn, what could I have done that would have changed my situation? Say I get robbed and say I go to an ATM machine, about to go to the club, and I gotta go to the ATM machine and get some cash, right? And I go to the ATM machine and I get robbed, and it's like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, right? I'm not a victim, because I could have went into a gas station, a well-lit gas station, and went to the same ATM machine and not got robbed. I went to the bank ATM machine in the darkness. You see how you're almost never a victim? Now, in certain situations,
I get it. What about the anger, though?
Hold on, Melody. Hold on. Being a victim causes you to be angry. Being a victim causes you to act erratically, because it's your interpretation of this situation, not you, but the person's interpretation of the situation. And this is the reason why I'm saying too many men have adopted a woman's way of interpreting things, a woman's nervous system, because y'all always feel like victims, and y'all have the right to feel like victims because y'all have the right to feel how y'all feel because y'all are women. So the thing about it is, this boy brought a knife to attract me. Victim. He said, don't touch me and see what happens. That's premeditation. He still want to be a victim. Just leave. And then at the same time, the whole situation happened within 2 seconds. Because the thing about it is, are you a victim or are you a provocateur? Because somebody pushes you and nobody even punches you. Because they were saying he got beat up, he got kicked. That situation in that video was 5 seconds.
I mean, can I just point something out at this moment?
Yeah.
There's 2 different times during that body cam where the police is escorting him, and Karmelo states very clearly twice, 2 different times clearly, I told him not to put his hands on me.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? So if it was multiple people, then he would have said I told them. He didn't say them. He said me.
You're right. You're so right. Oh shit. That's it right there. He didn't get jumped.
No, he didn't get jumped. He would have said them. He would have said multiple. Homie said him. I told him not to put his hands on me.
He just admitted that he did it.
Yeah.
He just admitted that I warned him not to put his hands on me,
Yeah.
which means it is premeditated. And 3, he said I told him. Not to put his hands on me.
Your attic can get super heated in the summer, making your living spaces uncomfortable and expensive to cool, and even damaging your roof structure. So, what's the solution?
Hands on me. Sonny, you got anything?
Yeah, I want to go back to what the sister said about, substance abuse and addiction. There's an old parable about the two twins that were raised by the alcoholic father, and one twin grew up and he became an alcoholic. And when they asked him, how come you was an alcoholic, he said, because I saw my father drink every day. The other twin never touched a drop of liquor in his life, never drank. They asked him how come he never drank. He said, because I saw my father drink every day. Right? It's never about what happens to you. It's about how you respond to it.
Yeah.
Any situation you go through in life, it's about how you respond. You can be the victim of something, and then that could inspire you to want to be a cop or a detective and go out and solve 1,000 crimes. Or it can inspire you to then yourself become a criminal. But it's not about the thing that happened to you. It's about how you chose to respond. In any black community, right? I grew up in a black community. A lot of people's parents was on substance. A lot of people's parents was in and out of jail. And guess what? Some of them went on to college, did great things. Some of them went to jail themselves. It wasn't about the parent. A lot of people grew up in nice households where they had two parents working, and guess what? They still became criminals. So it's not about, we use that as an excuse a lot of times.
Yeah.
To say that, hey, I became this way because I'm a product of my environment.
Right.
I'm a victim of circumstance. But in reality, you chose. You had two paths and you chose one. So the path that you are on has nothing to do with where you started from. It has everything to do with the choices that you made in your life. And that's the difference between women and men. I understand.
Yes, there are choices in life. But the thing with Carmelo, he was back into a corner, and unfortunately, he really didn't have a choice.
Women are empathetic, they're nurturing. That's why we love them. But when children are raised in environments purely with woman logic, then they take on that mindset of, oh, I can just blame everything on this other thing.
Yeah.
Right? I don't have to be accountable. Right? You have women out here who have 5 children, 6 baby daddies. Right? And it's all their baby daddy's fault. None of it is their fault. Right? Whatever happened in their life is because their baby daddy lied to them and did this and did that. And that's fine. But what happens is when you raise children in that environment, they take on that same logic. Nothing in my life is my fault. It's the white man. It's my daddy because he wasn't around. It's the gangbangers in my neighborhood. They got me to gangbang. Nothing is your fault. So you just go through life making your choices, but not accepting the accountability for your choices.
And let me say this, like you are spitting. I want to say this. I don't smoke weed, never smoke cigarettes, and I don't necessarily drink. Can you guess why I don't?
Because your daddy did.
Thank you.
Well, listen, my father had 14 kids. Guess how much kids I got? None. Because I saw my father ripping and running, and he was addicted to women.
See?
My father didn't drink, never drank, never smoked, but what he was addicted to was women. And women robbed him of his potential. He could have been a Fortune 500 CEO. My father was a business owner, he owned his own business. But he could never reach his own potential because he was just addicted to women. And had babies everywhere, and all his children hated him and cussed his name and all that other foolishness. And I said, nope, not for me. And when I was young enough and started having sex, I said, man, I'm wearing this rubber till the day I die. I'm not having no children. It's not happening. So I could have easily went out here and had a bunch of kids, but well, shit, my daddy had a bunch of kids. It's in my blood. Right? You have to take accountability for your life. And that's where black people lack, is taking accountability for their decisions. It's not the white man, it's not your daddy. It's not your neighborhood. It's you.
Yep. And let me say this: my mom smoked weed, and as a young boy, we never seen weed. We only heard about crack. It was a commercial that says, "This is your brain on drugs," and so I thought drugs was crack because we didn't know anything else about anything else. So when my friends seen that my mom smoked weed and she used to sit there and like separate the seeds from the marijuana back in the day, right? And my friends was like, "Your mom is a crackhead," and I'm like, "My mom's a crackhead," and I used to throw the weed out out the window and shit because I didn't want my mom to be on crack. Because I thought my mom was a crackhead because I didn't know weed wasn't crack, right?
Stank? The sneezes. Your air remembers. Unlike air fresheners, Lysol air sanitizer eliminates odors by killing 99.9% of viruses and bacteria in the air. Scent can't sanitize. Lysol can.
The bike dealer you trust? Trust Velatric. Hi, I'm Peter, and I'm a Velatric dealer. Velatric just gets it right. The right bikes, the right design, and the right engineering. They're just better than their competition at this point, and that's why I chose to hitch my wagon to them. It's clear they're working with their customers to gather their feedback and implementing them into a line of products that meet the user's needs. Me? I'm a guy who got on an e-bike once, changed my life. A Velatric dealer and an e-bike convert.
Another thing, my mom told me that she left my dad. One of the reasons why she left my dad, or whatever, is because he was addicted to alcohol. He drank a lot, and that's the reason why my mom did not drink, because she seen how drinking affected my father. So she didn't drink, and I didn't drink because my father was assumed to be an alcoholic. My dad is around now, but I wasn't around my dad as a kid. So I'm just saying that was what she said. So I don't drink a lot because of my dad, and I don't smoke weed ever, smoke cigarettes, smoke anything because of my mom. So when we look at victimhood, we can turn around and say, well, I'm a drug addict because my mom, I am an alcoholic because of my dad, or I'm this because of that. No, it's all a choice. Somebody can say, I'm gay because of that. No, you choose to be gay. You choose to be, whatever you choose to do is because you want it to. So the thing about it is, we have to stop as a community, white, black, Chinese, whatever, blaming other people for the way our lives turned out. I grew up in the hood. My mom used to get beat on by different dudes. I ain't never beat on no woman ever in life because my mom got beat on by different dudes. And all of that stuff did not make me a bad or worse person. It made me a better person. And that's the reason why I'm missing let go to this day. Because my mom got her ass beat by different dudes. Because I grew up in the hood. Because my dad drank and my dad wasn't in my life when I was a kid. Because my mom smoked weed. Because other kids used to make me feel like my mom was a crackhead. All of those different things made me into a better person and not a worse person. I didn't turn around and stab somebody because I felt like I'm a victim, and I didn't grow up as a victim. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just sick of this shit. Let me read these super chats real quick. I'm just sick of this shit on how all these people try to paint themselves out to be a victim in order to justify their stupid, dysfunctional ass behavior. Alright, so I read that one. Shout out to Elizabeth. Just got here. The comments say video says 2016. Okay, shout out to attorney. Alright, we got an attorney in the building. Under Texas Penal Code 9.31, self-defense does not apply if you provoked somebody else, including by encouraging or initiating the other person's use or attempt use of unlawful force. So what he's saying is by an attorney, y'all, he is saying that you cannot turn around and say you are you're in fear of your life if you turn around and say some stupid shit like, if you hit me, I'm gonna stab you. So right here, wake up and live because I got hit in the mouth. So me getting hit in the mouth kept me from going to prison and getting hit in the ass and have.
In the picture too late. He didn't get his mindset right till my grandson was 17, and by then it's too late. It's too late to be a dad. You know what I mean? So he's around for the younger one, you know. But I don't even know if that's gonna help because he wants to be the junior to his older brother. So I don't know how to handle that. I'm the grandmother, so I can't do much but sit here and look at it.
So the grandfather, was the grandfather in the picture?
I mean, he is. He's a 7-day Adventist, and that's where that starts and stops. Anything beyond that, he don't want nothing to do with.
Okay. I'm just curious. That's all.
Yeah, he don't have no men in his life. That's the problem. I mean, he has his uncle, but his uncle's too straight and narrow. It's like the Waltons versus the Boys in the Hood, like the two totally different households. My son and daughter.
He can DM me.
So just out of curiosity, so you said the boy's father didn't want to be in his life till he was 17. Where was the dad for all those years?
And like maybe 10, 12 miles away.
So he was local, but he just wasn't involved.
Right. Right.
And she had 2 children from this man?
She got 2 by him and 2 by another.
Okay, but she has 2 from him.
Yeah.
So regardless of whatever type of father he was, she still had another child from him.
She sure did, 7 years later.
Oh, 7 years. So 7 years apart.
Yeah, 7 years apart.
So she had 1 child from him. He was inactive, not being a great father, and then she had another child.
Well, no. They were together for 7 years, but there was a lot of toxic stuff.
Wait, I don't want to make this conversation personal because I don't want it to be about Nancy or her kids or whatever. I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I want to stick to the conversation or whatever because it's personal. I don't want to go there because I don't want anybody in the chat to start getting mad at Melody for whatever.
Right. Thank you.
Think chicken bacon ranch is all the same? This is Zaxby's. Think again. Who's got the sauce?
After 33 years serving businesses in the CSRA, IntelliSystems has
See
become
what
a
else he got for us.
And dies? What are we doing here?
That's it. I had enough of you. Mr. Let Go, I had enough of you. Go fuck yourself. Bye.